How's it going, Critter Family? Hope you all are doing well. Today we are going over a video by Happy Hounds Dog Training. Solving prey drive. Try this if your dog chases animals. This is a really short one. I'll probably make it at least 10 minutes long, but I thought this would be a really good, interesting video to... What a pretty little pigeon. Versus this little guy. He can't help it. Or she can't help it. But very, very pretty little guys. But I thought this would be a really interesting video to look at because prey drive is definitely an issue that a lot of people deal with. A lot of my clients deal with it as well. So I thought this would be an interesting video to go over. So let's just jump right into it and see what she has to say.
Do you struggle with your dog's intense prey drive? Then this short tips video is for you.
Ooh, especially having a Jack Russell.
For anyone that says a dog with strong prey drive needs corrections to change, I want to introduce you to my dog Nira.
How cute.
Her prey drive is so strong that I joke she even chases bunnies in her sleep.
Absolutely.
She's a Corgi cattle dog mix, and I joke that as a puppy, her first name was Leave It because she tried to chase everything in sight. I'm going to tell you the 3 things that I did to manage her intense prey drive. Nira looks calm and innocent until something moved. She tried to chase everything that moved, including garbage, bunnies, squirrels, my hair, and even her own tail.
And it's important to understand the different breeds that you have. So she has a cattle dog and a corgi. Both are herding breeds. Both have that, prey drive that they want to go after something. So of course she's gonna. It's part of her genetics. Just like there's a client I have that has Labrador and a Greyhound mix, or so they think, they assume. Very 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 pretty dog, and has a prey drive like mad, so she will, and she's a big dog, so she's going to take your arm off every time she goes after something. So this will be really interesting to find some tips that you can use for people who have dogs like that are just going after everything. This is a smaller dog, it's easier to hold them back. When you have a larger dog, it's really difficult, so you don't want to have to hold them back. You want to be able to teach them an alternate behavior so that you don't have to rely on prong collars or head halters or anything like that.
Favorite things to do is hike, so I knew that this had to be reined in or we wouldn't have fun on adventures together. I follow leash laws on hikes in national parks.
Excellent.
But I also love letting her off leash wherever possible because it does make her so happy.
Of course.
Run.
So my legs are dying, but so happy.
Oh.
However, for both the safety of the animals around us and for Nira, it wasn't okay if she was chasing everything in sight. Here are 3 tips if you have a dog that has strong prey drive like mine. First, teach a strong leave it cue.
Absolutely.
Leave it means...
I think leave it is one of the most important behaviors that you can teach a dog, alongside with a good strong recall. I think leave it is really a powerful tool that you can use. A lot of people will use stay in place of leave it, or a lot of people teach stay as a stronger cue than leave it. But for me, I think leave it is just as good as any other behavior that you can teach. Being able to teach it both stationary and in motion. So where the dog is stationary and the treat is in motion, and where the treat is stationary and the dog is in motion. I have a video that I've done a couple of videos on leave it myself. I'll put a card up here showing how I taught Adonis to leave cat food alone. I'm dressed up as a fox. It was a special video for, I think, a certain number of subscribers that I got that I wanted to celebrate. So, but I'm showing you how I got Adonis to leave cat food alone, because that was one of his favorite treats. So I'm teaching him to leave cat food alone for something higher value. So the way I teach leave it, and she may go over this as well, is I would use a lower value treat for a higher value treat. So you can use a piece of kibble, or in this case I was using cat food, which was high enough value for Adonis, but that didn't trump a piece of cheese or a piece of real meat, a piece of deli meat, or a piece of ham or something. So that's how I got Adonis to leave cat food alone. She may do the same thing. I've seen in a video of hers where she taught leave it, that she does use, like a piece of kibble versus a piece of chicken, where she'll tell the dog to leave the kibble alone, and then she rewards the piece of chicken. So let's see what she has to say here.
Don't go after that thing that you're interested in, and when well trained,
Very good.
They can work on treats, steak, garbage.
Yeah. Leave it.
Awesome.
Yes.
Squirrels.
Good. So one thing I just have to say here is when I see a dog on a long line, I always like to have them on a harness just for safety, especially if they do have a strong prey drive. That's nothing against her. That's nothing personal. It's just something that I always like to have them on a harness versus a long line on a collar, just in case, just for safety.
And bunnies.
Yeah, leave it. Yes.
Good. Excellent.
I'll link a tutorial video for how I train the cue in the caption below. Second, start training not chasing animals as the default behavior.
Absolutely.
Start at a distance far enough away from an animal and reward your dog for either not chasing it
Very
or
good.
even better, for voluntarily looking away.
So it says, please note her tail is tucked and she's scared because we were practicing with a coyote after she was attacked. Oh, poor baby. So teaching a good, strong leave it and teaching an alternate behavior. So as Zach George says, you're teaching a, what is it? Inconsistent, I think, or I forget what he calls it. There's a certain term that he uses that's basically a behavior that is inconsistent, incompatible. An incompatible behavior, I think, is what he says, where you have a behavior that is incompatible with what the dog is doing. So say for a dog that is jumping, since I just did a video on hers where she was jumping for members only, so go check that out if you're a member, or become a member to go check it out. If you have a dog that's jumping on you, then she teaches an alternate behavior or a default behavior as a sit. So if the dog is sitting, then they're not jumping. If your dog is barking out the window and you call them to you, your dog is coming to you is incompatible with them continuing to bark at the window. So it's an incompatible behavior. So teaching your dog a default behavior such as looking at you, coming to you, sitting next to you or sitting and waiting for you to give them a treat, that's incompatible with them staring or trying to chase down a bunny or deer or something else.
If you want a full tutorial video for how I progressively train this, let me know in the comments.
Yes.
And lastly, give your dog a healthy outlet for their prey drive. It's important to recognize that your dog was bred to have prey drive, so it's important to let them express their natural behaviors if you want a happy dog.
Absolutely.
Near's favorite thing in the world is chasing a frisbee, but another great option is to let your dog chase a flirt pole or even use training to harness prey drive as an activity that you do together. I'll link all three below.
Very nice. Very nice. I like that. That's a great little method. Great little tips there. Great little video. Very good ideas with the flirt pole, and it's very true that if you have a dog that's a herding dog, like she said before, that this is a corgi cattle dog mix, that you have a strong prey drive in there. You have lots of that herding instinct behavior, and that you need to get that out. So giving your dog an outlet for the energy that they have is also really, really important. So that's good. You can do that, on leash, off leash, in safe areas where it's okay to be off leash, where you can go to off leash, parks. It doesn't have to be a dog park, but you can go to off leash parks or off leash trails. Let your dog get their instincts out. Let your dog, they can do the, I forget what it's called, where there's like there's a sport you can play with your dog where there's like a little wire that comes in a square and there's like a little flag or like a bunny or something or a plastic bag or something that goes around this little square. It's on this little motor and it goes around. Your dog can chase it. So that's also a really good way that your dog can get that out, where your dog can participate in sports or agility or all sorts of other things. So making sure that you get your dog's energy out appropriately and safely, making sure that you're not overdoing it with your dog, is also very important. So great video here. Thank you very much, Happy Hounds. We do appreciate you. We appreciate you spreading the word and having some great tips out there for everybody. What a cute little doggy. Thanks for watching. Hope you all are doing well. Go say how to do your little critters. Say how to do for me. Give them some kind of love and they appreciate it. Until next time, practice peace, patience, and positivity.